So these get posted like at the end of, you know, the other every other month. So they don't have June numbers yet. So this is May's number. These are the best selling games of May. We won't have the June numbers until, you know, this month is over right now. But the number one selling game in May was Elden Ring, and then Doom, so Xbox game. That is also on PlayStation. Forza Horizon, and Xbox game they got put on PlayStation this year. So that's number freaking 3 on the list. Oblivion, and Xbox games on all platforms right now. Blackout 6 in the top 5 as well. But one of the things I want to point out when it comes to this is what else is on this list? Right there. The number 10 best-selling game of May is FC25. Now, if you watch every FC25 streamer and content creator, the comments are saying what? Dead game, dead game, dead game. No one plays this game. The month of May, this was in the top 10 for best-selling game. So I guarantee you, when numbers come out for June, it'll say the exact same thing. Let's count it out for the top 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 sport games in the top 20 for best-selling games of May. And frankly, the reason why you don't see Madden in here is because the NFL season's over. Because the NFL season is over. But going back to the whole thing about freaking gamers don't buy new games. How many games in the top 20 are old games? Sport games are yearly releases, so they're basically old games. We're gonna count that. 1, yeah, 2 with this collection, 3 for WWE. Last of Us is 4. Again, the sport games is 5. Red Dead is in the top 14. That's 6. Star Wars Battlefront 2, 7. FIFA, that's 8. NBA, 9. GTA in the top 8. That's 10. Minecraft, 11. LB, it's 12. Black Ops, I guess you count that as a new game. I don't know. We'll put an asterisk on that one. Oblivion, Forza. That's in that top 20. That's how many games. All those games are like old games or yearly release. Again, the numbers say what? 96% of gamers don't buy new games. This shows you right here. Sport fans always keep game sports relevant. It seems like easy money. I mean, it is easy money. As someone who plays sport games and takes part in like sport game communities, it is easy money. It's the same thing when it comes to like freaking arena fighters. You know, how come Bandai Namco can sell you the exact same Dragon Ball Z game every single freaking 2 years? Because you just can't help but play Dragon Ball Z. Do the same thing with Bleach, Naruto, and freaking all those other anime games. They resell the exact same game over and over again when it comes to anime games. GTA has been released when it comes to GTA 5. That game came out on PS3 and Xbox freaking 360. We're about to get new Xboxes and PS5s, well, PS6s in like 2 years. Think about that. Think about how long they've been re-releasing GTA. It's been 13 years almost. GTA came out in 2013. It's been almost 13 years of them releasing that game. People still buy it. They keep doing Last of Us. Why? People keep buying it. People are buying Last of Us PS5 Pro because they tell you it looks better. It doesn't. There's like a side-by-side comparison to PS5 Pro and PS5 Last of Us comparisons, and like you can see like a little bit better visual on like a fence. He was in high school when GTA 5 came out. Like GTA 6 will already be the best selling game of all time because they have people by the balls. That game can be absolutely freaking dog shit, but it'll still be the best selling game of all time. It's the game people just can't wait for. And best believe if they can, they will do it again. Best believe if Rockstar can get away with freaking selling you GTA freaking 6 20 times, they will. That's also why they don't make new games. Rockstar used to freaking make a lot of freaking games. Now they make like 2. And that's even barely when it comes to that. They make GTA and Red Dead. Mostly just keep making GTA. They used to have like freaking a whole catalog of different games from Max Payne to freaking Midnight Club to Bully and GTA. They had like a whole bunch of shit. Yeah, LA Noir. And it was like, hey, we can keep making money off just GTA. Because why take risk with other games? We can just do the guarantee. We already have gold. Why make anything else? Especially when you look around at the market and you're seeing like, let's say like you hear all the Midnight Club fans going, hey, one new Midnight Club game. And you're a Rockstar and you're looking at freaking how awful the sales are for Forza, how awful the sales are for freaking Gran Turismo, how Need for Speed games aren't selling. You're like, I ain't doing that shit. I ain't making no damn racing game. I only buying them. It's like a streamer. He said that he was in a meeting with he had a dinner meeting with people from EA, and he should have asked the EA developers. He's like, how come there isn't any more NFL Street games? And developers told him because people aren't buying them. He was like, he gave him all the numbers. He was like, the reason why we don't make NFL Street games anymore is because when it comes down to it, when that game was out, that game was a failure financially when it was out. Like to the people who play NFL Street, you're like, oh, that was such a great game. I love that game. But in the grand scheme of things, people didn't buy it. So the developers are like, we're not making that game because no one's buying it. So when it comes to like, the Warriors, who's gonna buy it? Rockstar's gonna think to themselves, hey, if we do a Warriors remaster, what are the odds anyone buys it? The best shot they will have is if Hollywood doesn't like a new Warriors movie and they pay Rockstar or whoever else to freaking make a Warriors game. Because then at that point they don't care. It's like it ain't our money. And that goes both ways when it comes to who cares. It's not our money. Like why does EA not what EA? Why does NFL allow EA to keep making shitty ass Madden games? Because NFL's making money and handle if it's off Madden, and they don't care. They don't care that freaking douchebag 2513 is complaining about freaking MUT. They care about the fact that that check cleared. They care. They care that check cleared. It's like there's like this guy he interviewed Roger Goodell. He was like, "What do you think about people being upset with the Madden license?" And Roger looked like he clearly didn't give a shit. He was like, "Our partnership with EA has been going strong. It's been looking very successful according to all the numbers," which is a true statement. By the numbers, it does look like a very successful thing. And honestly, I'm not even freaking saying people shouldn't even freaking buy Madden. I'm just saying you gotta be honest about it. Like personally, I think all sport games should be free to play games. I think they should have like an update every 2 to 3 years that like fixes the entirety of the game like it's a brand new game and charge for that. Like you should still have like your usual roster updates, but like every 2 to 3 years to do like a refresh of the entirety of the game. That's what you should like charge for, like an expansion essentially, like the way you pay for an expansion for MMO. Just make the base game free. That'd be a better freaking thing for sport games. And when it comes to like managing something like a a FIFA Ultimate Team or a MUT NHL Ultimate Team, when it comes to that kind of idea, you just do like once a year, you just do a wipe. You do a wipe once a year where everyone's freaking MUT accounts and also team accounts go back to freaking the beginning. And that's the thing about it too. If they did an NFL Street or NBA Street, they would just make that shit freaking dripping in freaking microtransactions. The same way like right now, Fortnite has skins for DC. They will have skins for like NFL Legends. You'll play NFL Street. They'll freaking have a skin where you got to pay freaking $10 to look like freaking Barry Sanders. thing about Call of Duty, they didn't need to do anything to survive. They did the thing that Call of Duty does now. They do it because it just guaranteed money. They didn't need to do it. Call of Duty is the best-selling game every single year. They don't need to do anything, but they did it because they saw what Fortnite was doing. It's like, hey, we can make even more money. Like, hey, we're making profit every year, but what's better, making a little bit of profit, making more profit? So let's add freaking Gundams to the freaking game. People can run around freaking Warzone and freaking what you call it as a Gundam. It's be an ad in 5 minutes. Like, all that stuff exists because it just, to them, the way these studios see it, because remember, it's not the developers who do this. When it comes to like all these things with money, it's never the developers. It's just the suits. It's the marketing team. The marketing team has bigger pool than developers do because they make the CEOs money. Marketing team just they're like, hey, we're leaving free money on the table by not putting skins in. Like, sure, we're making profit, but again, what's better than profit? More profit. Leaving money on the table. The thing to me about skins is, like I said before, I don't know if it was last stream or 2 streams ago, I mentioned it's like the biggest issue with skins isn't that they exist. It's just people who freaking like who make excuses for the ones that cost a shit ton. Like a skin to me, if it costs like, you know, $5 to $10, who cares? But when skins cost $50, $1,000, $100, things like that, that's problematic. But there's people who are out there who are like, well, it's not a big deal. You don't have to buy them, and they don't freaking have any influence on the game. Like, actually, a lot of skins do. The ILO formed use that thought process that skins aren't pay to win or anything of that nature. But in most video games, skins actually do have a big impact on a lot of things going on in the gameplay. That's why, for example, when it comes to this game, you can't wear skins other than default skins in Pro League. When you're playing this game on a professional scene, you can't. They don't allow you to use. You can use gun skins, but you can't use character skins on the pro scene. And there's some skins in games that are pay to lose. They make it easier for you to be seen. They can be a little blocky, so it's harder for you to see. There's a gun in Apex. There's an Apex gun skin that had to get removed from Apex because the pro player's like, hey, this is pay to win. When was the game at its peak? Probably towards the end of the 360 cycle. Around 2010, 2011, gaming was at a very, very high. It's like around the time where you're getting like Skyrim coming out. GTA is out. Around 2010, 2013 is that peak time. That's when like every game that you play now was arguably, but if you ask people who played those games back then, would say that was the best time to play those games. People will say FIFA 13 was the best time to play FIFA. FIFA 14 is the best time to play FIFA. Madden 13, Madden freaking 10. NBA 2K13. It was always those years. And the change was when Fortnite popped off. There's two situations. It's when Fortnite popped off and when freaking Destiny popped off. Destiny and Fortnite is the biggest reasons for why games are the way they are now. And when studios saw how much money that Bungie was making hand over fist, they were like, we gotta get in on that. We gotta get in on that. You gotta remember, Fortnite failed. Originally when Fortnite released, it did not succeed. It had 2 game modes. It had a game mode that cost $30 to play. Then it had like the free to play battle royale, and it was not doing very good. Fortnite was categorically failing horribly. Then the battle royale started to like change things up. Then they got rid of the paid version and just had the battle royale and started throwing skins into it and popped off. Which also helped because of like people like Ninja and Twitch. Streaming on Twitch and Mixer helped Fortnite take off. And then Bungie, when it came to like Destiny 2, making they were making dumb money off Destiny. And so that's why you start seeing like more looter shooters. Like until like that's like you started seeing Ghost Recon switch to looter shooter. You saw the Division come out. You saw like all these games become looter shooters because of Destiny. The developers saw that and say, hey, that's free money. So games lost their soul because of Destiny. You stopped seeing games be made to be good, being made to be live service games because they wanted to make sure they made that Destiny money. Unironically, Destiny's now failing because live service games aren't sustainable. Yeah, PUBG came and died. That was part of the battle royale phase. Reality is, at the end of the day, single player games are the foundation of gaming. If single player games aren't getting pushed to the top, the whole industry falls down. When you think about the peak of gaming, every peak of gaming involved a single player game being the best game that year. When GTA first came out with GTA 5, they didn't even have it online yet. It was a big hit because of the single player mode. Yeah, playing around with freaking Franklin, Trevor, and freaking Michael. Again, Skyrim, Witcher 3, Mass Effect 2, Elden Ring. Those are all peak years of gaming, and all those games are single player, more or less. You can do co-op in Elden Ring. Multiplayer games always sell more, make more money, but the industry is at a better place when the foundation of it is successful, which is single player games. Multiplayer works better when it's like an option. With the transition of the game market being more paid to win single player multiplayer, I think the main reason why most gamers are not buying into new games. Most people don't buy new games because they never have. The whole like article that talks about like how 96% of gamers don't buy new games. That's all because that's always been a thing. It's always been that way. People always kind of like just bought their favorite games and just stuck to those favorite games. And even back to like the prime days of like the 360 and PS3, even like the early days of the Xbox One and PS4, most people were just playing their niche games, and that was it. It was still the same thing where it's like people were only playing Halo, only playing Call of Duty, only playing the 4 games. Then every now and then they'll play like one single player game that year. I think this is something that I tried to explain to like JFC and some other people as well. It's like part of why the meta exists in the games the way they exist is this right here. A lot of people are spending hand over fist money on microtransactions in video games because they want to appear as good in video games, because again, their games are pay to win. And part of that is because people want to be the next esport player. Esports has kind of like ruined gaming in an unfortunate way. It's not even like it's indirect. It is an indirect thing when it comes to esports ruining gaming. They don't mean to. Esports is a great thing. Esports is very, very good. But part of why esports has a double-edged sword is because gamers are trying too hard to become pro players. You kind of see the thing when it comes to like Twitch streaming. When it comes to Twitch streaming, everyone wants to be the next Shroud, the next freaking Jinxie, the next Boilo. People stop playing games for fun and start playing games like their job. And when you play games as a job, you start to be more interested into playing the game with money on the line. You start to actually be more interested in spending real cash because you want to freaking mimic this. It's a crazy ad, by the way. Yeah, so this is Pro Siege. This is more so just an example, but everyone who's like watching this stream right now, they want to be in these guys' shoes. They want to be the next freaking pro player. So they're willing to spend however much money they gotta spend on skins and stuff in the game, if it means that they can have a better chance of being discovered as the next pro player, not understanding that that's not how it works. This is the highest level of Rainbow Six, and all these people they want to be in that spot. They want to be in this spot of being watched playing this game. So that drives you know, people spend as much money in microtransactions and pay to win video games. You know, FC is pay to win, no matter what people want to believe. Like, yeah, there's a little bit of skill behind it too when it comes to like certain things, but skill is very, very, very faint in sport games. I would say it takes more skill to play like 2K than FC.
Those can be a little finicky.
Like when it comes to, like I've played every game when it comes to like the genres. I play Madden, I play 2K, I play freaking fighting games. Fighting games take way more skill than freaking any other sport game. Going to like FC, there's so many things in FC that remove skill. Like so much. There's so many things in FC that remove skill. Keeper movement, player locking. You need to like control your tactics the way you control your tactics. Just remove skill. Then again, like I said, if you're a good enough player, you can make do with low rated cards, but the meta's meta for a reason when it comes to the meta players and meta formations. Whereas you don't have that stuff to depend on in like a 2K. If you're bad at 2K, you can't go into the park and just, you know, use some tactics to make you better. You know, it's very, very easy to like fuck up your build when it comes to like building a player in 2K. Yeah, you can't change how, there's no tactics to Madden Ultimate Team. You can cook the Madden, just get cooked in Madden. There's a lot of hand holding in FC. To a point where bad players can beat good players because it's just how the game works sometimes. Lucky bounces. I had a game where one of this isn't the video for today. There's a game that ended a 3-3 draw. But one of the goals that the guy scored, none of his goals are in the video, but his first goal was he literally shot the ball at my keeper. My keeper saved it. It went back to hit to the same player. He shot the ball again. My keeper saved it again. Went back to his player a third time, and that time went to the freaking net. My keeper got 2 saves on the same position, the same spot, and all 3 times it bounced back to his freaking player. It's not skill. That's just luck. That guy gets a lucky draw off just that. That's also part of why casual games have died. You have RNG dictating the outcome of games, people get frustrated and they stop taking the game less fun and become even more serious about the game because now they want to like, you know, go even more hard on being meta, being more hard, being competitive because they want to try to eliminate the RNG as much as they possibly can. Yeah, I talk a lot of shit about freaking master duel players, but when it comes to like the actual competitive scene of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's such a great thing. The camaraderie that exists is more so like before duel starts, they fist bump. It's like if you're across from me, go fist bump to like, you know, GGs. If the game ends, you do another fist bump and you shake hands, GGs, and you go to your next table, your next match. The camaraderie is just nice. You don't see that in most games nowadays. Like if I cook you in FC, you're probably like, yo, fuck you, you're a bitch. You got lucky. You're trash. Kiss my ass. All you did was score a load of different shots. Game feels more like a chore. I feel like people make it a chore. Like when I play games, I never feel like I'm doing a chore. And I know, again, beating dead horse and kind of just mentality. Like when I play FC, because I actually want to play FC. I never feel like I'm forced to play FC. You know, like when I get on FC to do like the daily grind, I don't see it as a chore. I see it as just something to do before I get into gameplay to try to get the cards that I want. I play the game freaking as a free-to-play player. So since I don't freaking buy store packs, I don't freaking use U7 buy, you know, the best way for me to get better players is the menu grind. It's just part of like the territory. But I don't view it as a chore. Like when it comes to like actually like playing the games themselves, I never feel like I'm doing a job or a chore. I play like FC actual gameplay, or I'm playing Siege or Halo. Like any game that I turn on, I'm playing because I want to play it. There's no game where I feel like I'm forced to play it. I think people who get that mindset need to like reevaluate why they're playing the game. Like I was telling Bartholomew said he installed FC, and I was telling he had said that it's a co-ed game now, and I was like, yeah, part of why I started playing FC because of the women's players. That drove me to freaking want to play the game more online. Yeah, like not that they're like blessed under the bus, but like remember like when I put the post about the Evo freaking in Discord, he's like this Evo only gives him a center backs enough pace to have 91 pace. It's like VBD in a battle pass, a season pass, it doesn't even freaking have that amount of pace. You can't look for negativity. Maybe I'll mind it. 90 pace center back right now is good enough. We're concerned about stamina, defense, and physical. Yeah. And so when you see like an Evo, you gotta like think about the actual like not necessarily the meta itself, but look at what they're giving the meta players. The Evos give you better than the meta players, then it's a good Evo. Even if it's not like crazy big boost. You gotta find the right players for it to make sense. And then sometimes you gotta get creative when it comes to Evos. Like I put there's a Evo in the battle pass, season pass, where it's like a pick 3 of 5, and they're all like defensive freaking play styles. They're base play styles. I took Jockey, no, I took Bruiser, Block, and Intercept. I put all 3 of them on my Patrick Haro Evo. So now Patrick has almost every freaking defending playstyle other than freaking like 1. Making her even better CDM.